Hi, my name is Andrew Evans. I'm in your Thursday speech class. I'm recording my speech at 9 o'clock at night because very bad at procrastinating, but whatever. So I just wanted to show you my note cards because I know you like to, see the note cards after our speech. And since COVID, you can't really do that. So I thought it'd be easier to just kind of show them off a little bit here. Wow. I just want to tell you that I'm also using this computer in the corner. If you can see the glare, I'm not using it to read an outline or anything. I'm just using it as a timer. So I'm gonna place this here. See how it looks. Should be good. Okay, so a little disclaimer. I'm in my basement. COVID, does all that to us. No speech in front of people, so it's weird. But I have dogs upstairs, 4 dogs. I have 2 brothers who are fighting currently, so you might hear some of that noise. We might have a dog run down here because they come in all open doors and come say hi to me. So if that happens, I'm sorry. I'll try. I've told everyone to kind of stay up there for the duration of the speech, but it's just how it is. Okay, so I'm going to start my timer here and then get on with the speech. Okay. So, have you ever seen how many people fly around the world every day? Take off every minute. Who's the first person you see when you board a plane? The pilots, of course. Today I will tell you about the pilot shortage, why being a pilot is fun, and how you can change the aviation world and the pilot shortage. And without your help, the pilot shortage will continue to grow and lead to the collapse of the aviation industry as we know it. In the CNBC article, Boeing CEO says a global pilot shortage is one of the biggest challenges facing the airline industry, published March 2019. Boeing CEO Dennis Muilenburg states that the demand for air travel is growing so rapidly that 800,000 new pilots are expected to be needed over the next 20 years. And that's according to Boeing's latest forecast. And then we have a second article that comes and kind of builds up on that and kind of explains the same concept. So in the ABC7 article examining the national pilot shortage posted March 26, 2019, Mark Leland, states that there are several factors affecting the shortage. Less flying hours for pilots. Pilots are down 30% from what they were in the day, and I'll explain that here in just a second. More passengers are now flying, so, that helps, and helps the shortage, what we don't want. And 41% of pilots are retiring, and the high education costs. So back in the day, you needed 3 pilots to fly a plane. You needed 2 to sit up front and kind of talk to tower and kind of tell where you are and look outside the plane. Then you had a third guy that sat in the back, and he would read all the engine instruments and make sure everything's running smoothly. And now with modern technology, we have electronic flight decks. So it's pretty much like a fully electronic dashboard in a car. And that eliminates the third person. Therefore, it helps airlines in a way because they don't have to pay a third pilot, but it's also making them suffer because we don't have enough pilots to take over the shortage, which isn't helping. And so the last quote that I found, which was very interesting, is from the same Boeing CEO, Dennis Muilenburg. In the same CNBC article, Boeing CEO states that a pilot shortage is one of the biggest challenges facing the airline industry, published March 2019. He states that the biggest need is the Asia-Pacific region, where the improving economy in China has resulted in more people boarding flights. More people are flying to the U.S. too, but at the same time, experienced pilots are reaching the mandatory retirement age of 65. So we now have new planes, we have new destinations, we have cheaper flights. Some people can argue that they're not too cheap, but they're actually a little cheaper than they used to be. And with that, with the new planes, you only need 2 pilots instead of 3, like I said earlier. So with that, we are at a point to where, we only need 2 pilots. Therefore, we're losing that third person that could take over a new flight. And like the CEO of Boeing said, that the Asia Pacific region, a lot more people with the economy booming are able to go on trips around that area. They're able to, go see new things with their families and whatnot. So now we have these airline companies buying so many planes to meet this demand for passengers, but we don't have the pilots to actually fill those planes, therefore leading to what we know as the pilot shortage. And Like me being a student at SIU, I have the ability to secure a job now in the next 4 years because of this pilot shortage. So when I graduate, I'll have an immediate job because I need to fill the seat for the pilot shortage. So that's what the pilot shortage is, and who it's affecting is us as, people. We need, especially it's affecting pilots obviously because, some of them are reaching retirement age. We need more. It's affecting the companies because they don't have pilots to actually fill the planes that, they can fly from A to B to get all these new people who are able to fly to destinations. And so that leads to my point on why you should join the aviation world, why you should become a pilot, why it's fun to be a pilot. I'm going to tell you about some of my personal experiences and what you can do to become a pilot yourself. So there's nothing better than flying 6,000 feet in the air and looking around your hometown and saying, I can see that from up here. I can fly a plane. You can't. It's not bragging, right? But at the same time, it kind of is, because it's like we get to have so much fun up in the sky, and that a lot of people don't understand that fun. Like, it's crazy. So as a kid, my family has lived overseas. So at a young age, I started flying overseas. I remember sitting in these giant planes going, oh my God, how is this thing even flying? Can't wait to see my family overseas. I only have to wait 7 hours. I don't have to, take a boat. I mean, it's been a long time since we've taken boats overseas, but still at the same time, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. And I've always looked up to the pilots, they're flying these giant things. They're getting us from A to B. It's awesome. I got to sit in the flight deck as a kid, post 9/11 where you can't anymore. It's just so much fun. And being at SIU and joining this small community at the school and realizing how fun it is to be a pilot, how fun it is to have people in the same industry. It's like a little family to me, and it's amazing. You don't get that experience. A lot of other majors probably have that same experience, but for me, the aviation experience is one that you'll never forget. It's a small community. You meet so many amazing people. It's one of the biggest reasons why I think you should become a pilot, is joining the small community. You can fly yourself from your hometown to wherever you want to go. I can fly here from Peoria, Illinois down to Carbondale and see some friends down there. I can fly from Peoria and go to the Outer Banks, North Carolina. I can do that. I could drive, but it cuts off so much time. You can have so much fun on the way there, flying to these small airports you've never been to before, eating at these small diners at the airports, just being with your family that whole time up in the sky, watching your siblings and your family just looking down and going, oh my gosh, I'd never see that from up here. I can see so much. And it's awesome. And I've been around the aviation world my whole life, and I think that's what really, pushed me to join the aviation department. But what you can do as a pilot is you can fly from A to B, like I said. You can get paid to do it. You can fly your friends and family. You can work for a company. You can be a skydiving pilot, which is awesome. Take people up, get them on their first skydive, show them the ropes, take them up in the sky, get them excited. You can fly people all around the world who need it the most, especially now during COVID, where you can fly medical supplies from A to B. You can fly loved ones who are going to find their other loved ones who are in need at this time and get them from A to B. It's an amazing experience, but at the same time, you can work for the airlines, you can do all this other stuff. You can fly around locally. You can train pilots to become the next pilots that we need to help the shortage. There's just so much you can do as a pilot, and it's an amazing field. And I really am hoping that this speech changes your idea on becoming a pilot. I hope that you can go out there and actually start flying for an airline and, help the shortage. But now, how you can help. You can go out to a local school. You can get your private pilot's license. You can build on that. You can work all the way up to your airline transport license. You can fly for the airlines. You can help the shortage because you're guaranteed a job. I'm telling you, you are almost 100% guaranteed a job after 4 years of flying for a college that's affiliated with the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, to get you an airline and to get you a pilot seat to help this shortage. Anyone can help too. If you're in good health, you have good vision, you can most of the time become a pilot and not have to worry about anything. And you just have to find that love for aviation too, to help, get you out there to become a pilot, to help the shortage. You'll find it, I promise. That first time you're in a plane, you'll notice it and you'll just, it's crazy. So how you can help, as I said, go out, get your license, have fun with it. Don't think of it as, oh my God, I have to fly 1,000 hours. It's have fun with it, do what you can, ask people for help too. You don't have to pay for it all by yourself. Get some loved ones to help you out. When you get a job as an airline pilot, all your school costs will pretty much be paid for within the first 3 years being a pilot. That's how much you make. That's not the biggest thing for me. I don't care about money too much. I care more about family and whatnot. But, as a pilot, you can make that money. You can repay people back that paid you. You can get loans. Yes, the loans will suck. Trust me, they'll suck. But you'll eventually get through it. And so now, I'm just going to review my main points here. So I told you how fun aviation is, what the pilot shortage is, and how you can change the aviation world and change it. My purpose here today was to show you what it's like to be a pilot, how you can change this pilot shortage, and why you should be up in the skies getting people from A to B and helping airlines with this shortage. Because without it, the airline world's going to crumble, ticket prices are going to go up, airlines are going to go out of business. It's just, it's weird. It's bad. It's really bad. 800,000 pilots, I'm pretty sure, is what he said. Yeah, 800,000 pilots. That's a crazy large number. Never thought it would get that bad. But without your help, we cannot help change the outlook of the aviation world. With this shortage about to hit the industry so hard, we need more pilots than ever. This should be one of the biggest reasons why you should become a pilot, but remember, have fun with it. It will change your life forever. Thank you. I'll show you the time here. 11 minutes and 3 seconds, whatever. Hope you're surviving COVID. Hope this isn't really weird, because it's kind of weird for me. I'm still anxious, but I'm talking to a phone. So, thank you, and have a good night.